Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like you to sit down or stop discussing because we'll have another topic to discuss in a while because we have Sara Koslinska here. She was introduced already as our keynote speaker at the whole beginning of today's conference, but as she's concentrated on different groups of consumers and the change of their behavior, we'll get to know more about what millennials expect from FinTech products. So let me welcome here Sara Koslinska, the CEO of Limitless. The stage is yours.
Hello. So this is a very intimate setting, I would say. There's like 20 of us left here, but hopefully more people will join soon. Let me start by saying who millennials are, because usually when we approach a bank and we say that we have a product for millennials, bank executives think of their children who are in early 20s, not making any money yet, just spending their parents' money. So when we rephrase it to young professionals, then the perception is different. So millennials are roughly aged 25 to 40. And the world, at least in the Western countries, is tougher than what it was for the previous generations. So there is a declining real income, there is a high student debt, high cost of properties, and so on. And many of them work in what we call gig economy, which means that they don't necessarily have a stable income. They work as contractors, they work as freelancers, and they are not necessarily covered by any pension scheme. If you look at countries like the Netherlands, it's projected that in 2022, already half of the working population, will be self-employed. So it's also an opportunity for financial institutions to address this group. Going forward, many millennials won't be able to retire until they are 70 or later, so they need to start saving for their pension, for their private pension. And we see a regulatory push in Europe and in the Middle East to support private pensions. This is another opportunity for banking and insurance. On a more positive note, millennials will inherit more than any previous generation, any other generation in the past, which is also, again, an opportunity for financial institutions. Are millennials really that different from other generations? No, they are not that different. What is different is that they are less patient. So you have a couple of seconds to capture their attention when they look at your solution at your website. And also, even if they sign up for your product or service and you don't adjust to their changing expectations, you might lose them easily. They are used to doing everything on their phones, on the go, on the way to work, from work, and so on. And they want each transaction to be as simple as ordering Uber. If they don't understand what you're trying to sell them, they're not going to sign up. So the language that they are expecting needs to be simple. They don't. Most of the financial products that are out there don't resonate well with them because they sound complicated, and that's why they're not that likely to sign up for this. Another thing, they want to buy products when they want to buy it, not when you want to sell it to them. So you need to identify what they want to buy and when. They are fine with giving away data. Of course, this also depends on geography. There are countries like Sweden where users are less likely to give away data, and there are countries like the US, for example, where they are more likely to. So, but the bottom line is that when the users are given some value in exchange, like they can save money or they are given a convenient service, then they are likely to share their data when they understand the purpose as well. So specifically on our product, what we saw in the market was that when we started the company was that investment products seem complicated to majority of people and not only millennials. and they seem to require a lot of capital for a start. There is this perception that an investor is a white man in his 50s. And the current products seem confusing. Young people have this attitude of, once I'm wealthy, I'll start investing. And it's the other way around. And also current products are not that related not that connected to the daily lives. So people end up not planning their financial future early enough, and financial institutions are missing out on the opportunities. One of the findings of our recent findings is that people expect their employer to offer them products that have to do with pension, savings, and investments. Again, that's an opportunity for financial institutions. So the current tools aren't really working that well. I'm a customer of one of the most innovative banks in Europe, and they have this automated savings. And what I find as a user is that, as their customer, is that the product is not really engaging, so I can sign up for it, and then there is no communication between me and the bank. No one is showing me the progress that I'm making. I don't feel engaged, and also the mechanism that they are using, which is a roundup, doesn't generate enough money for me to have a feeling like it's making any difference in my life. And I spoke to this CEO of one of the European banks, and he said, people don't want to save. Sure, people are not going to be saving if you require them to think and plan and spend time and remember about it and so on, because we're all busy. So the last thing we want is to have another thing to remember about. So you need to make it super simple and frictionless for your users in order for them to start using your product. With Limitless, we believe that everyone can be an investor. So what we help our users with is to find extra money. What do I mean by that? Customers typically think that they can put aside less money than they actually can. So we help them to maximize the amount that they are putting aside regularly. To give you an example, in the Dutch market, there is this competitor of ours that puts aside around 33 euro monthly per customer. And in our case, it's 83 euros, so significantly higher. We help our users to invest money long-term, but we are keeping them engaged through short-term savings for the things they care about, like holiday or electronics. These are the two main categories. We're helping them to build the financial safety net, so savings of their 3 to 6 monthly salaries. Invest for retirements, for their children's future, for their children's education. And we also help them to create buckets for recurring payment. So they don't need to suddenly pay this annual car insurance or house insurance, but we are moving slow amounts of money into these buckets on daily basis. We created this app that uses a so-called Save to Invest algorithm. And what it does is that it analyzes your transactional data and it understands your financial goals. And on the basis of that, the algorithm determines what's the maximum amount that you can safely put aside on daily basis. And we are putting this money into your savings and investment account. So first, users connect their bank account with the app. Then the algorithm analyzes the data. Users set their goals. Typically, these are 2 short-term goals: holiday, electronics, and 1 long-term goal: this pension, saving for the future, and so on. And then we also, whenever we see that it's relevant, we can offer our customers products that they need when they need it. So, for example, we see. Actually, I'm going to speak about it in a moment. Data. So data is king or queen, and actually banks are sitting on a gold mine. So they have so much data about their customers, an incredible amount of data that could really boost their bottom line. And they understand the salary that customers are getting, the type of work that they are performing. Is it a stable work or it's a contractor job? They understand the life events, like having a baby or getting married. They understand their relationship, whether they are taking care of parents, so they can offer them some products for the parents, or whether they have children. They understand their lifestyle, for example, if they travel a lot. Spending patterns, favorite retailers, so there is this big opportunity for partnerships there. They understand the assets that customers have and the purchase intent, what they are buying, what they want to buy, what they are saving for. So timely cross-selling is a big opportunity here. And what we do with the data that we are getting, one of the things that we do is, for example, we can determine when someone gets their pay rise, and we are suggesting them to put 50% of the pay rise into their investments. Or we understand when they are abroad, which means that they are most likely traveling for pleasure, sometimes for work, and we are suggesting them to put their savings on pause. Another thing, we see that they want to buy a new smartphone, so we have an integration with Amazon, and we can offer them a better deal for the smartphone that they want to buy once they have enough money in the bank, on their savings account. We see that they're going on their dream holiday in Thailand, and we are offering them a travel insurance when they need that. Another thing, we are keeping it simple. So we are using casual language, but not patronizing. And we have simple tutorials. We have 3 portfolios of funds, low, medium, high risk. We have only 1 minute regulatory onboarding. 1.5 minutes is our average onboarding. So in 2.5 minutes, you can start investing money. This is what we do. We display the 3 portfolios, and we explain that it has to do also with your investment horizon. If you want to keep your money for longer, you can have high risk, shorter, lower risk, and so on. And we keep our users motivated. We give them a chance to share their feedback easily. And to give you an example, during one of our pilots, it might have been with Tatra Banka here in Slovakia. We got a feedback from our users on Monday, and we brainstormed on the improvement solution, and we developed it, and a new version of the app was released on Wednesday. So within 2 days, we implemented our user feedback, and we offered them an improved solution that, of course, was further tested with them. So when users feel that you listen to their feedback and that you implement it, they feel that they are creating this product together with you. When it comes to investment products, there is a bit of hand-holding required. So we are telling our users, listen, the market is going to go up, but it's also going to go down. And the best thing you can do is to do nothing, just not to panic, and so on. This is the kind of pop-up messages that we are sending them. And we are also showing them the progress that they are making. So here you can see holidays, 21% progress. When they reach their goal, there is a confetti on the screen. We send them congratulations on the way, and we also send them pop-up messages saying, hey, well done, another €5 put into your investments, or hey, well done, already 75% of your goal has been reached. And something that we learned from our clients, our insurance clients actually, is that they wanted to offer this app to their corporate customers, so they could further offer it to their employees as a sort of a perk. And we created this financial well-being score that is showing users how they are doing financially, but not in comparison with the national average or in comparison to their peers, but in comparison with their actions from the past. So whenever they improve something, we are giving them extra points. And this is the case that we run together with Tatra Banka. So we went through acceleration program of Raiffeisen International in Vienna, and our partner in the program was Tatra Banka. And we had the chance to pilot with them on the beginning of the year. And these are some of the findings. So 84% of users who were presented with the app started investing right away. Because when you're registering in the app, you have a chance to either start investing right away, or you can choose the option I want to save only for the time being. And then when the time is right, we're going to nudge you to put some of the money into investments. And 43% of our users were first-time investors. So they had no previous experience with any investment products of any sort. And I think it's time for questions.
And there is a question, Sara. When it comes to investing, and it's fast and easy, my consciousness is missing certainly. How do you deal with it?
I don't understand the question.
When it is really easy, it doesn't take you into the process that much. It's probably just too easy to...
So we had this feedback from users who were representing older demographics, that they felt like a financial product should be complicated, and they felt like it was too easy. So I understand that they might not be our target user, but when it comes to majority of our users who are 18 to 30, they do appreciate it, and they don't feel like it's too easy. And as I was mentioning during keynote, we have, for example, this partnership now with a gaming company. So we are not approaching people who are looking for, we are not approaching people through a financial institution. We are approaching them through a company that doesn't have much to do with finance, with a gaming company. And they are expecting a certain language, a certain style from a gaming company, and we are offering them a financial product through this partner.
I feel like the gamification is the trend nowadays in everything. Yesterday, the discussion about the disinformation overload, it was also the way how to teach people to behave more carefully while dealing with the information they are getting. How about costs transparency?
Yes, so in the app, there is an opportunity to learn more about the costs. So for example, on the slide with the portfolios, you can read, in every case, you can read more about the portfolio. So you understand what products are there, and you understand what are the costs of the investment for you. However, majority of our users are really not that concerned about the returns, however it may sound. They just appreciate the fact that they don't have to think about putting money aside, and this money is generating them more return than if they just put it into a savings account.
Sara Koslinska, the CEO of Limitless, thank you very much.